I'm Vanessa Ruck, the girl on a bike, and today I'm here to talk to you about SAG, and I'm not talking about saggy stuff, I'm talking about the sag on your motorcycle and how to set it. Okay, so this video is in a series of videos that I'm doing with Ohlins suspension to help try and empower more of us to get the most out of our suspension. Suspension is so often just seen as this really technical thing that just goes over our heads and we really don't know what to do about it, but it is the number one most important modification that you can do to your motorcycle. And so in this video, we're going to be talking about setting your sag. And if you're listening to this and hearing words that you're like, I don't even know what sag is or what you're talking about, then check out some of the other videos in the series because they will set the foundation, including some of the vocabulary used in suspension talk like sag. So to set your sag, you're going to need a couple of things. You're going to need your motorcycle, you're going to need a smiling helper, a tape measure. It's well worth having a pen and some paper to write some numbers down, and you're going to need your full riding gear as well. But if we think about suspension, the key goal of your suspension is to keep the wheels on the ground so that you've got traction control, braking, acceleration, cornering, and having your sag right is really important to make sure that your settings are optimized to give you the best performance. Before you even get to your sag though, I want you to check the spring rating that is in your motorcycle. So all motorcycles come with suspension, but motorcycles are a one size fits all, and the springs that are actually inside them are for a standard average rider. So if you're not the weight of an average standard rider, your spring is not going to be the right one for your body weight. So for me, I'm a 62 kilo female. Obviously right now I'm a little bit heavier than that, but we're going to go with my normal riding weight, and the 85 kilo standard whatever is in the bike is obviously the wrong one. So make sure you've got the right springs in your suspension. Once you've got that set up, it's time to get onto sag. So you're going to have your notepad and your paper. I've already written down in my notepad a couple of things I'm going to write down. So we've got the rear of the motorcycle 1, 2 and 3, and the front of the motorcycle 1, 2 and 3. Now for this video, because I know that I've got the right spring in here, I'm not even going to bother with the R2 and the front 2, which is the static sag. It's not relevant. We're going to go straight into measuring the full length stroke of the suspension with no load, which is going to require my assistant. And that one, you're going to get your tape measure. You've got a couple of options for this. If your bike has a center stand, then you can use the center stand. The key thing is that you need your suspension to be at full range, so with no weight applied to it at all. You want it to be really relaxed. So a center stand, paddock stand is one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is to get someone strong who can lift up the back of the bike. You're going to find the fixed point on the back of the motorcycle and somewhere that you can definitely replicate. So up here I've got a nice point where the Yamaha graphics come in. So I'm going to hold the tape measure there, and then we're going to take the weight off there and measure it. So that is showing me 58 centimeters. Now I forget things very quickly, so I'm going to write 58 centimeters down. So that is rear 1, 58. We're then going to do the same on the front. And again, if you've got a way to stand this up, it's going to be a lot easier. Now, the only bit of the suspension that you need to measure for this is the bit that has the range of motion. It actually might be easy if we come around on this side because of the angle we're going to lift up. If we pop the camera this way around. Sorry, we're doing this on the fly. So we can see from the bottom to the top. Again, you need to make sure it's a fixed point, and then we're going to take the weight off the suspension. That's it, off the ground. So 24.5 we're going to say on that. So 24.5, I'm going to go and write that down because I am a goldfish. 24.5 Oh, no, that was front, right in the right place. 24.5. Next you need to do is get your rider onto the motorcycle. Now, we're doing a demonstration, so when you do this, you need to make sure that your rider has all of their riding kit on. If you're wearing a big airbag, body armour, knee frames, boots, helmets, whatever it is that you normally ride in. Let's say you often ride with your camelback and 3 litres of water. Wear the kit that you're used to riding in, because that is the weight that your motorcycle is going to be taking. And then we're going to do the exact same thing again. So we're going to balance on the bike. I'm going to get the measure, the same points on the motorcycle, and we've got 50.1 on the rear, 50.1, and then in the front we are going to do the same thing again. Just for consistency, I'll make sure I do it on the same side of the bike, not that it would matter. And we are at 18.5. So I'm going to write that down. 18.5. Okay, now at this point, you're going to be going, right, I've got these numbers, what on earth do I do now? Which is pretty much what I'm doing. No, it's not. So, the SAG is going to be a number that your manufacturer of your suspension is going to tell you. So if you go into your user manual, user guide, you're going to be able to look up the recommended SAG number to go with your bike. If you have changed to aftermarket suspension, make sure that you're going to the manufacturer of that suspension for that SAG settings. So we now need to get the recommended SAG numbers for this Ohlins suspension and then see where our variation is. So give me one moment, I'm going to look them up. Right, we've got the numbers. So for the rear of this motorcycle, its recommendation is 73 millimeters, which is 7.3 centimeters. If you take your unloaded, fully extended number, which was 58, and minus your loaded with rider number, which was 50.5, and minus it from it, that then gives you 7.5 centimeters, which is 2 millimeters off the recommendation, which means your rear is approved. 2 millimeters within tolerance. So then if we do the other suspension, you do the same thing. You take the fully unloaded number minus the rider loaded number and see if you get the right millimeter tolerance. And within a couple of millimeters isn't going to make too much difference. Now, if you find yourself in a situation where your SAG isn't right, which is highly likely, that's when you're going to need to start adjusting the preload settings on the motorcycle. This Ohlins suspension has a very easy setting here, and there's a reason why this is a really, really cool way to have your aftermarket suspension set up. And you can simply twist this and it's going to change that preload setting to enable you to get back into the right SAG range. So you're going to make some adjustments on this, remeasure, make some adjustments, remeasure until you get it right. Now, a reason why this sort of aftermarket suspension is so helpful for setting up the correct suspension on your bike is because of this seat here and these pegs. If you were to add a pillion onto your motorcycle, the overall rider weight is obviously going to change pretty dramatically and your suspension is immediately not going to be set up correctly. But when you have this kind of easy adjustment of that preload, you can just give it some turns and help that suspension out. This is also relevant if you're going to be loading up your adventure bike with all of your kitchen sink and stuff like that going on a ride. And it's worth bearing in mind that not all suspensions make it quite this easy to adjust. So for example, on my Husqvarna 2-stroke, you've got to actually change the collar on the internal spring to adjust it. So that's when you're going to need to start looking at the user manuals for your motorcycle, user manuals for the suspension on your bike to work out how you adjust that preload. And it's going to vary bike by bike, so there's absolutely no point in me trying to explain it all here. But the principle of SAG remains the same no matter what bike you're doing. Now, if you're in a situation, I'm going to stand up because the baby bud doesn't like crouching down. So if you're in a situation where you are struggling to find what that recommended SAG is for your motorcycle, there are some sort of industry recommendations on what that would be, and I'm going to read them to make sure that I get them right. And this is based on a percentage of the overall sort of stroke range of your suspension. So if we take it really simply and you have a 100 centimetre full stroke of a suspension, which would be absolutely huge, but we're going for easy, quick maths, you can take the percentage of that. So for the road, on the rear you want 25% and on the front you want 30%. For off-road, the rear would be 35% and the front would be 30%. So take that 100 example again. If you're off-road and you're looking at your rear where you want a 35% range of that SAG, you'd be looking at 35 because 100, 35% of is 35. And that enables you to do it without having the recommendations from the manufacturer, but it is well worth doing your research and trying to find what those numbers are if you can. Hopefully that has been a useful video. I really recommend you getting your SAG set up on your motorcycles. It makes a huge difference to the performance, handling, and the confidence you'll have as a rider in your suspension. Please let me know if you've got any questions, anything that you feel like I've missed or you want to add, etc. Love to hear from you in the comments, and please do tick the bell to get notifications. This is of course a video in a series that I've been doing with Ohlins suspension, so check them all out. And the whole goal of it is to try and empower us to feel a bit more confident about our suspension and make the most of our time out there riding with the best suspension setup we can. I'm Vanessa Ruck, the girl on a bike. Thanks for watching.